game in Conflict of Nations. I'm already on day 3, so it's a little late, but I just had to find the perfect game and the perfect coalition for us to join. So, everything might look a little chaotic here, and if you're new or have never heard of Conflict of Nations before, don't worry because I'll be explaining everything that's going on in this game. Basically, Conflict of Nations is a strategy game in real time that has you select a country and you can ally with other countries to try to invade other countries with these units that I've got here. For example, this is one of my units. Let's click on that. My 9th Recon Division. It consists of this tank and 5 motorized infantries. Basically, there are 3 parts in Conflict of Nations. Your research, which basically you're going to develop new technologies. For example, I'm currently trying these National Guards. You can read all about National Guards here, their attack stats, and basically every hour when 2 enemy units come together, they'll be the attacking enemy will be using this damage point, and the opposing will use the defense rating point. So that's why it's really important to have high-level units. High-level units are really important. For example, let's do a quick comparison, shall we? Motorized infantry level 1 has an attack on opposing infantry of 3. If you level these up maximum to this 6.5, that's a huge difference in big battles. But I'm not going to focus on motorized infantry. I'm in a coalition. So that means I've told my teammates that I will be trying to focus on Air Force. So that's why I only built National Guards. National Guards are one of my favorite units in the game just because they're really spammable and it's really good to have like a meat shield for your opponent to try to get through and then your Air Forces come over. So as you can see, I'm France. I'm allied with my friends Spain. I'm allied with the United Kingdom and Germany, who's pretty active. He's taken Poland already. So now, what I like to do first, build a strong coalition. If you're like new to the game, I recommend joining a coalition, joining a coalition and not creating one. But if you're an experienced player, and by experienced, I have a very low bar for that. I say like above 30. Then I think you can create your own coalition to control who comes and goes. Basically, so what I first went here, my coalition is called Pantheon of Europe. Pantheon of Europa. Ooh, looks like Egypt is inactive. Let me kick him. He's not doing anything. Okay. So then we have this. You can create your coalition, accept people into your coalition, and then work together with them. So I can see like the German units. I can see the UK units. I can see like a lot of stuff. Now, when I start, I basically produce the infantries. How do we produce? Well, that's the second stage. These are cities. France has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cities. So I have 7 cities, and in each of those cities, and this is my capital, Paris. In Paris, I'm building a strike fighter. I'm going to mobilize a strike fighter. This is the 3rd stage after you research. And I'm constructing an arms industry. Arms industries are buildings that give you more resources, which you can see up here. It may look intimidating at first, but yeah, it's pretty easy. I didn't even need the tutorial to understand. Anyway, so now there's a secret 4th stage that nobody actually knows about. And this is the plotting stage. The plotting stage is where, like you see, like it appears that I have a lot of units. Like you can see the French flag on a lot of my units here. But actually, and it looks like I'm doing some complex like plans over here. Spain is doing something over here. UK is just chilling over here. Germany is going ham on Poland and Sweden. So now, but what am I doing? I have very clear goals for myself. Number 1, my role in the coalition is to develop strike fighters. Strike fighters are really good units, especially since I am in Europe and have the European doctrine. In the European doctrine, this is the specific to the European doctrine, and this gains an attack boost in later levels. So I really want to develop these strike fighters fast. However, it's not that easy to produce strike fighters. I can't just go in here and mobilize a strike fighter, because I need a certain amount of resources and I also need a certain amount of buildings. For example, I need an airbase level 2 and an arms industry level 1 to mobilize this. Yeah, I don't have an airbase level 2. So, that's why in Paris, I've built an airbase level 2 and an arms industry. So, I'm building the strike fighters. I've also built an airbase level 2 in Strasbourg, I think. Yeah, Strasbourg, where I'm just trying to wait for the resources I have to build the air base level 2. So each city also gives resources. For example, this is an electronic city. Paris is an electronic city. Calais, a supply city. Nantes, supply. Bordeaux, gear. And so on and so forth. Basically, what I've done now is I'm going to split my units and I'm actually going to invade Italy. Yes, we are going to invade Italy in one fell swoop. So how are we going to do this? Number one, okay, first of all, like Serbia is like, wow. Let me just check their rank. I haven't done that. Ooh, that's a pretty good player. I myself am not a very high rank either. This is me, I'm France. My first time playing France actually. Yeah, rank 32. I'm not super good, but I think I know the mechanics of the game enough to play. And he's got this also. That's not very good. It's fine. We'll worry about this guy when we have to. Anyways, he's annihilating Greece right now. But so basically everybody starts with one plane. Let me show you mine. Okay, so this is my plane right here. Do you see it? Let me try to click on it. Yeah, 2nd Fighter Squadron. I'm currently trying to see what Austria, a very high-ranked player, has in his cities. And here's a trick. So patrolling, it'll scout the enemy. So let's say I want to patrol here. I actually patrolled in the river, so I don't actually declare war on him, which is a nice touch. So I see that there's nobody in Linz, which means I can easily come on over here and take Linz. That's going to be pretty good. And Italy is already invading this dude. He's already got Ljubljana. But what I don't understand is Bergen. Okay, he took Bergen. That's fine. He might attack me. So, anyways, now I'm going to tell you all my plan to invade Italy. So, Italy, right? I patrolled my aircraft over all of his cities. Yeah? And I determined that his troops, like, he doesn't have any troops in any of these cities. He's too busy invading Austria. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to position. I'm not going to send all my troops to, like, Rome and then he attacks me from behind. So, as you can see, I've made... So now, the step number 1, find a landing point. My landing point is what? Well, all of the cities. Palermo, Bari, Rome, Florence, Venice, and Milan. But specifically, it's going to be Rome, Bari, Palermo, and Venice. Because these are not actually accessible by port. I'm going to access this easily enough by land. Florence is the problem. That's why I've put this entire tank unit, the Ninth Recon Division, to try to go up to my borders, and so that leads us to step number 2. Don't declare war unless all of your units are in position. Never declare war. Let's say this unit is going to be arriving pretty early, right? Only in 6 hours. Also, mind that this is a 4x game. That means all time shown here, you have to divide them by 4 to get the in real life time. So, this unit here will be arriving pretty fast. If I just invade him once, then Italy will be immediately notified that I've declared war. And so, he's going to be ready for my troops. As you can see, I've put it at my border. He won't know where my troop is. But when I hit him on all sides, he won't know what hit him. So, for example, this is one unit that leads to step 3. Tanks. Use tanks and allot units as needed. I detected that there were troops in Palermo. So I'm going to reroute a tank to help my invading army of Palermo. Why don't I just go all in on Rome? Because there's nobody in Rome. So, now that leads me to step 4. Cover your provinces. He probably has, okay, so I've detected a ground radar contact. Okay, so there's things in Austria, in Venice. Anyways, I need to get out of there fast so that Austria doesn't notice that I'm trying to patrol on his territory. Otherwise, he might declare war on me. So, as you can see, this is my porting point in Marseille. Basically, this unit is going to go over to Palermo right outside. So, when I invade, it's going to be easy because my army will be invading Rome, Bari, and Venice at the same time. And so we'll catch him off guard. I've already informed my allies, UK and Germany, to be ready for the invasion of Austria. So, in a later video, I'll tell you how it went. Bye.